If one night can rewrite the rest of your life, this is the night I wish I could erase. Hi, I'm Melian Matacarter. Before I tell you everything that happened, thank you for being here. If you like true confessional stories, subscribe and stick around. Your comments keep me honest. Now, one night changed my life forever. Ethan Riley wastes kind of husband people invite without even knowing why. Tall, in a way that made doorways seem smaller. Steady hands that could fix anything. The kind-off laugh that filled a room and left a very own lighter. He kissed my forehead every morning, brought me coffee on slow Sundays, never missed an anniversary, and smelled like home. From the outside, we were the picture of a marriage that had weathered 12 years with grace. From inside, I was quietly hollow, and I did not know how to tell him without shattering him. The reunion felt armless at first. A rooftop bar in downtown Atlanta with string lights, live jazz, and memories waiting to be dusted off. Ethan was in New York, for investors. He hugged me, said of fun, and left me feeling safe in a way that made me ashamed for the rest of the night. Old friends arrived. Laughter repenned old wounds, and in a crowd that smelled like perfume and nostalgia, you ran into Logan Hale. My high school song, Whiting, Heart-Stealing Mistake. He was older, broader, a shadow. Off melancholy softened by that grin, that is to make me reckless. The flirtation was gentle at first. Shared jokes, remembered secrets, his hand finding my waist like it belonged there. I should have left. I did not. One hotel room, one terrible choice. It's not a love story, just a night that felt like buying swallowed. And then spat out. I woke up. Guilt hit like a physical force. I burned the clothes. I cried until Micah stalked. I told myself it would stay buried. A shameful secret that would rot in silence.
Oh.
Secrets, though, are living things. They breathe, they leak, and sometimes they come knocking. 3 days later, a message arrived. You are not as good at hiding things as you think. Photos were of me and Logan in the elevator, blurry but devastating. My hands went cold. A second message followed. You will do exactly what I say or your perfect husband sees it all. Blackmail. Started as a whisper and turned into a chain around my throat. At first, the demands were small and humiliating. Withdraw cash, cancel plans, delete pictures. I obeyed Becca's fear. Tastes like the only medicine that works. I shrank. Ethan noticed. I asked Gadif. I was okay. I lied about stress and PDA obligations while my stomach clenched around the secret that could blow our entire life to pieces. Then the massages escalated. Meet me tar tonight, no phone or something pretty. Thought about the police. But how do you? You tell an officer that you cheated and no Simone has evidence? It felt impossible. The rendezvous was set for a dark lot behind a coffee shop. My hands trembled so badly I almost dropped Thecky's. When the car pulled up and Thundo rolled down, my blood ran cold. Ryan Whitman, the neighbor who mowed our lawn, when Ethan traveled, who smiled tuously, and once carried me inside when it had too much to drink. Sat there like a calm, dangerous animal. I knew Wim. I did not know the version of him thought, smiled and said, You're not very good at hiding things. Ryan did not want money. He wanted ownership, closeness, evidence. I would be quiet and available when he wanted me. I felt sick with disbelief. This was no longer about Gwelt. This was possession. I got in Necker because I had no other short-term option. Besides tearing our life apart in a public way, after that night, Rian's control tightened. He had cameras, files, a flash drive with footage that made my face burn when I thought of it. He sent videos, whispered threats of Booterson's future, and the neighborhood's gasis, and told me in tones as casualis whether that one group text would drew in everything. Ethan noticed me slipping away. First time suspicion crossed his face. He asked with a tenderness that felt like a blade if I was still in love with him. I lied. I said tiredness. Heckled my head and promised to carry half of her weight. I could not. That promise shredded me. I could have stayed broken, but survival breeds cunning. I started to learn things I never thought I would use.
Ow!
To look like a frightened wife while becoming a strategist. I dug into Ryan's pace quietly, learning about a restraining order from an ex. Whispers of harassment that never stuck, and a habit. Of moving towns when things got too hot. Enlisted help from a college friend. Wano worked in digital forensics. We examined the flash drive, and what we found was worse than I imagined. He recorded more than me. Women in hotels. Conversations at a Tita Dento, neat folders, a hunter catalog and trophies. He was not a one-night predator. He was a system. I stopped repling. I let Ryan's arrogance make him careless. He came to our neighborhood barbecue, red-faced and threatening, and I met him with calm. Sent the files anonymously to people who'd hurt him, an ex-wife I'd identified HR at his job, women who hadn't known they were in the footage. I deleted everything on my devices, burn it all I could.
Ow.
Then the consequences came. Ryan was fired. His family packed it up one night and left without goodbyes. The neighborhood stitched together its versions of the story. I said nothing. I could not admit the full truth because a truth was a jagged thing that might have driven Ethan into worse choices than mine. Weeks later, Ethan found a buried text on my iPad. He read, and then her left. For 3 days I lived in Assalance, so complete, it felt like the house had been hollowed out. On the fourth morning, he returned with grief written into every line of his face. He said he believed I'd been threatened, that he thought I had been used, but he also said he could not unknow the betrayal. He needed space. He packed a bag and went to his brother's. I didn't stop him. Time was all I had to offer. Now I sit on our porch and watch then a boarhood go on as if nothing monumental has happened. Lawnmowers hum, kids yell across the street, and life keeps moving while mine holds echoes. I tell myself I won the war with Ryan, that I protected my family. But the empty space beside me is proof of what night cost. Not just the erosion af trust, but the small, intimate things. The way Ethan used to look at me when he thought I was mine. The little rituals soft, marriage that now carry the weight of choice and consequence. If you ever find yourself thinking one mistake can be contained, remember this. Secrets breath, and sometimes they come back for blood. I saved my family from a predator, but I paid for it with a part of myself that had believed love wasn't Paul and safe. I don't know if we will heal. I only know that every time the phone buzzes now, my heart still flinches. And I hate that I taught it to fear.